welcome to this week's episode of Mage Hand Mondays in the Weird West, as we play part 2 of this free-shot train robbery madness as we penetrate Big Dick's gang. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. But before we do that, please check out the following messages. Check out our social links where you can find Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Discord can be a part of the community. Twitter, send me a DM and we will get you in a game very much like this one. And YouTube, you can go and catch up on all the other shows. Like I said, this is a free shot, so this is a nice short one if you want to catch up on this one. Also, check out our sponsors, most prominently today, Mage Hand Press, because they created the Weird West expansion that we are playing, and Mage Hand Mondays. Mage Hand Press, Mage Hand Mondays, see what we did there? Go and check them out. They just released a hardback Dark Matter book, a space expansion for 5e. It's got races, it's got classes, it's got backgrounds, it's got an expanded spell list. It's a second PHP. Look at the size of that thing. It's great. It's fantastic. Go and check them out. Also check out the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many create these wonderful flashcards for 5e as well. This is the Deck of Many animated things. We've drawn the balance today. That's better than the last few times I've drawn the Fool and Death, so that's good. Go and check them out as well. Fantastic products. You can get your whole spell list on there as well. And also they did the Humblewood campaign for 5e, which allows for small furry animal play. Good fun. Lastly, check out Hero Forge. You might have seen the minis on the way in. Thank you very much, Philip, for adding to our mini collection. You can go and make one yourself. It's hundreds of options to create thousands of combinations of distinctly unique posable figures which you can download to print at home, order in plastic or metal. How long did it take you, Philip?
Aaron, you can put a mini together in 5-10 minutes, but of
5-10
course
minutes.
I wanted a perfect mini.
Come on, be honest. 5-10 minutes. Anyone could put one together. How long did it take you? Come on, be honest.
I wasn't looking at the clock, but I think an hour may have passed fast.
An hour. There we go, yeah. Put some time aside, fun. Put some time aside, friends. It's fun. Okay, you'll get caught up before you know it. Your whole lunch break's gone. Trust me. Okay, so let's go around and say hello to everyone this week. Let's go this way around the screen and start with Stella. Oh, hi.
Hello, hello! I am Stella Luna. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. Today, I'm going to be playing Haim, the Goliath ex-deputy. He's a paladin. And the deputy is an oath, paladin oath, written by Mage Hand Press for this Weird West setting.
Fantastic. Next around the screen, we have Bakura Zarefa. Hey, Philip.
Hi, I'm Because Rafer on Twitter, and today I'm playing Nine Lives McGee, a mousefolk alchemist. And for those of you who know the Mage Hand Press, yeah, things get fun with that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Next around the screen, we have Vey D&D. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I am, as he said, Vey_D&D, and today I'm going to be playing the old-timey fantasy Catholic cleric known as Ghastly Clay.
Solid. And last around, but most certainly not least, Cammy. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I'm Cammy. You can, find me on Twitter if you want to. I'm playing Witch and Spirit Host, which are both Mage Hand Press. So that's fun. I'm pretending to be a cleric in this one, so let's see how that goes.
Cleric versus cleric. So, who's doing the recap of last week? Obviously, our guests are Cammy. Thank you so much.
Oh no! Why?
We both know that you keep notes as well.
Yes, but still.
We're in the Weird West. You gotta be quick.
That are on that quick draw at all times.
Yeah. Okay. So, last time we met up at a bar called the Smelly Boot and got a contract from a guy named Jackson in the back room. And we are going to infiltrate Big Dick's gang. We went to a bank for contact, and that's how we ended up going through the desert and meeting an invisible knight who sang lovely songs. And then we headed to a saloon in a town that was basically a bar and a graveyard, I think. And then Heim woke up in a pig pen with a scepter in his pants.
He did. Yeah. Very specifically, a scepter of the priest of Bahamut, or the high priest, or something like that. High priest.
Archbishop?
Oh yeah,
That's
might
what
have
I
been
have down.
Archbishop. Might have been. Yeah. The Archbishop's ceremonial scepter of Bahamut. Yes. Says on the handle, property of the Archbishop of Bahamut. That's how you know. Anyway, last night we were in the bar and drinking, and that is a fantastic time to make friends. Hey, Phil, why don't you give us some information? May have attracted the attention of Time or Jinx both.
I mean, you may have well seen the back of what appears to be a brown furred mouse folk when you first stepped in, but as turned to the side, you see that there are patches of just burnt off fur. The rest of his fur on his face is black, no whiskers. Yeah, this is one who seems to have seen quite a few explosions up close, and he's got more than a few bombs on him instead of guns. So he just sat there drinking, minding his own business at the moment, checking pouches. Probably hasn't noticed you yet. Or certainly initially.
So it would have been a big celebration this night before, because new gang members joined, and that doesn't happen every day.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So there would have been a lot of drink.
Being a mouse, can't handle the drink. Small bat, he's about 2.5 feet. So yeah, he's tiny, and probably end up in the corner with a bomb in hand, sleeping.
Okay, what about Cassidy Clay?
More like than not, Cassidy would have came in late, of course, finishing the evening mass and, saying goodbye to the churchgoers and everything else of the town. And if anything, of course, he'd probably catch some eyes as he goes up to the bar. He'd order a glass of milk because he's a priest. And outside of that, he's a fairly stocky man, sitting about 6 foot tall or so. And going up his face is a wicked scar that starts at about the jawline and goes up across the eye and back through the scalp. There's this really separated hairline there. And outside of that, he seems fairly normal priest. He's got a couple Bible pouches on the underside of his arms, and he's carrying a walking stick with him. But a priest in a bar in the first place is not the most usual thing. So
Yeah, this is a gang town though. So really, it's the only place you could go. I imagine you might even have maybe one of the private rooms set aside for yourself, which you could totally claim if you would like. Whatever. Even gangs need salvation every now and again, right?
that's true.
Would either of you have arm wrestled with a very, very drunk Haim if he came up to y'all and was like, I bet that 1 silver.
Please say 9 Lives McGee did it.
You know what? I'd say Cassidy would have taken him up on it. Cassidy's by no means like a very strong-looking man, but he definitely looks like he's down to arm wrestle.
Perhaps that's how they met. So let's roll for it. Let's see if you out wrestled.
Athletics checks contest, please.
All right.
Unless you have something you think is more appropriate. Class ability or something. I know somewhere in here there's the paladin of
Arm wrestling?
no, not quite, but close. I'm sure I mentioned this one last week. I might not have done. I meant to. The Oath of Revelry. Paladin. Oaths include work hard, party hard. Paladins must fight for their right to party. Sun's out, guns out. It's not suitable to hide one's appearance, especially one's muscles during the day. And last but most certainly not least, bros before hoes. Said that this edict lays a natural order for alliances paladins should forge.
Amazing.
Those are the oaths, I say. Who knows? Okay, so let's see. It's a close match. It's a very close fight, especially because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cassidy is deceptively not athletic, right?
He is very not athletic. I have a -1 to strength.
Yeah, but maybe Haim's just that drunk. I don't know. That you beat Haim after a long grueling arm wrestle. One that lasts at least 12 seconds. We're drunk, I guess. You win.
I think you would see a bunch of people around are probably cheering you on, especially because Haim has been going around doing this with pretty much everyone in the bar. And as soon as you win, he goes, well, definitely earned this. And he'll slide a silver coin over to you. He'll tip his cowboy hat at you.
Well, thank you, my child. I'm sure this will go nicely towards the communion for the church, and Cassidy will go and pocket the coin and finish his milk.
What's that you're drinking there?
Well, you have to understand, with my priestly duties, I can't be consuming of the devil's liquor right after mass, mind you. So just partaking in a little bit of dairy product.
Oh, I understand. Hey, bartender. And then he'll, try to raise his hand and get the attention of the bartender. Please get me another round here for, what was your name?
Another round, you new folks are crazy! Bring out a bottle.
Whole bottle of milk. Wow.
That sounds quite nice, but pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Father Cassidy. I preacher over here at the here local church. You can find me there every day if you feel compelled to tell this old soul your sins.
I think I will. And Haim will offer to give you a handshake, and it'll be surprisingly gentle for being this 7-foot-tall Goliath with these big fluffy mutton chops. He's dressed actually quite clean, quite trim.
Cassidy, of course, take the handshake. Cassidy is very worn hands, presumably from the days of building churches or houses or whatever else may happen that a priest might get calloused hands from.
I think a very drunk Goliath will hang out with you for some time.
All right.
Okay, so, Jinx, I think perhaps... I mean, how has Jinx been behaving at the party? What do we see in Jinx?
She's not as shy, and she's not holding back as much as when she's sober, because inhibitions and stuff like that. So she's a bit more chatty, I think. But she's not sloshed by any means. She's trying to just keep it at a nice hum.
Yeah, just trying to keep it like,
Yeah.
aiming for maybe a 5 max, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Well, 9 is when your danger of vomiting starts, so, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
None of that.
None of
No.
that. Yeah, fantastic. So, I think you might attach yourself to a different mouse folk to McGee. What would a friend of McGee's say about you?
Well, my connection's been a little shaky, so I've actually just come into the last of that.
That's okay. What would a friend of yours, of McGee's, say about them?
McGee is. McGee tends to be very. He's a pyrotechnic. He loves his bombs. That's why certainly near the end of the night he's cradling a bomb in one of his hands. But he does often look at a old portrait, little portrait of him and a little white mouse. Because whilst he's fully as he goes through the explosives and loves making bombs, but there's probably snuck out part of the game that he could be around her, he'd choose her over the bombs.
So I think Jinx, what's your loosening? A beefy mouse. Goes by the name of Ratty. Nice. You want to be careful around that one. I know he's sleeping right now. He's tinkering with them potions and lotions and creations, all the things that blow up in your face all the time. I don't know how he's alive. Well, they call him 9 lives.
Interesting. I've never met mouse folk before, and now I see 2.
Why you gotta make a thing out of it? What?
It's just very fascinating. Have you seen a spirit host before?
Well, no, but I wasn't gonna make a comment, I mean, live and let live, right? That's what I said to the officer the last time I was arrested, Who cares if I'm stealing? Live and let live,
Well, if you need it, you need it. Yeah, just take what you need, right?
Exactly. Take what you need, steal what you can't afford.
Yes.
I'd stay away from that one, though. He doesn't take anything that I've seen. He just blows things up and is always mooning over some pictures. Be very careful.
Do you like explosions?
Oh, jeez. And he just heads to the bar straight away. As soon as you say that, he's like, oh, no. Leaving you near seemingly sleeping 9 Lives McGee?
I'm gonna sit and look at all his bombs and knickknacks on his person. Just try to figure out what the hell everything is.
I mean, if you take a close look, there seems to be some sort of fertilizer. It just kind of spilling out of a pouch, something that like crystal out of another, like ball bearings at the top of another, and even sort of thermal cotton, sort of cotton out of another pouch. So there was another bag of a couple of which is spilled out. But he is totally creating a bottle in hand. Just...
I think we might wind forward to the next morning. If you don't mind, Cassidy, I think that these new people not having anywhere to stay yet might end up sleeping in or near your holy room shelter with McGee nearby. Now, Heim, you will wake up with the scepter. We have already addressed this fully. Jinx, did you all get horses on the way here yesterday? You did, right?
I think so. Yes,
Excellent.
We got three horses.
Okay, so we'll say that Heim ends up sleeping in this chapel or room. But Jinx, you are the victim of our next Wild Magic Surge. Thank you. For Wild Magic Surges, we're not using Wild Magic Surges this time. We're using the Mage Hand Press I was drunk and woke up table. You're gonna wake up in the barn, Jinx. The horse that you were riding yesterday is sitting in the lotus position and is humming meditatively.
Am I still sleeping?
Oh, they're levitating a foot off the ground as well.
What the fuck?
As you ask if you're still sleeping, they raise one hoof to their lips.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. And Jinx is gonna get out of there real fast. like backing away, not turning her back to this horse.
My best impression of a horse meditatively humming.
I think you nailed it.
Thank you.
That is the freakiest thing I can imagine right now.
As you leave the barn / stable and re-enter the building, you'll see that everyone is crashed out near Cassidy's. Cassidy, having not drunk last night, is Cassidy will give you more control over how you wake up. Is Cassidy more likely to wake up early and be fixing breakfast, or a late riser?
Oh yeah, he's up pretty much as soon as the sun crests the horizon. He's out doing his prayers, sending out sermon materials and everything else. He's fair to say he's up pretty early.
Fantastic. Sorry, but Derek, get out. Get out. Their contribution in chat is Namaste.
I saw it. I was trying to ignore it really hard because it just kind of hit something inside of me.
Oh boy.
I can't believe it.
Anyway, stop stallion. Let's carry on. So Cassidy is up fixing breakfast, doing prayers, doing all of these things. Light sleeper, 9 lives, Heim?
Yeah. Light sleeper, so once the alcohol pass out of the system, sore head for a little bit. But...
There is a giant that was arm wrestling people last night. Nearby, sleeping close to you.
I think the floor shakes a little bit as Haim is snoring.
Knives looks around and tries to see if anyone else is awake.
You can see Cassidy up and about.
And
Jinx
Jinx
walking in
stumbling
behind.
through. Yeah.
Looking
like,
harrowed. Looking...
That is, yeah.
Where is Jinx's cat?
kind of floating behind me.
Nana is having a bit more focused on the drink last night. Kind of sees it, and jaw just drops.
Yeah, it's a vegetarian. No, it's not. It's a ghost. It doesn't eat.
Kitty, 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 and just moves forward. Kitty, 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 kitty. So cute, so cute, so cute, so cute.
I'm just gonna.
Bomb back in pouch.
I'm just gonna tell my cat telepathically that, yeah, go ahead and indulge the mouse man.
And then there's all of it. Kitty, 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 kitty.
It's a pretty big cat.
Could 9 Lives ride it into battle? Question.
Oh man, how much is what? 2.5 feet? How much is that?
About 80 centimeters, 70 centimeters. Less than a meter.
I mean, I'm European, so.
I don't know. We've done it in imperial and metric. What more do you want from me?
Oh, 80. I mean, it is a small, tiny creature.
Yeah, a medium dog size maybe then.
Yeah, sure.
A little small for 9 lives, but still just.
Let's say it's a ragdoll. You could probably ride that, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Um,
I just took a photo.
So, Cassidy, you will see coming down the stairs from the upstairs offices, one of Big Dick's right-hand men. You know that he keeps his right-hand men well groomed, and everything they possibly need, they're given. All the booze they need, all the liquor, whatever they want, they get it. You know? Really strokes their ego. This person's name is Durst, Fred Durst, and Fred's coming down. He's looking to he's sort of making eyes with you, Clay, as he's coming down the stairs, like he wants to have a quick chat.
Well, hello, my son. What can this humble reverend do for you, my child?
Good morning, Clay. I'm Reverend Sir, and doesn't know the things exactly, but he's been trying for a lot of years, you know. It's sort of like almost getting the cross right, or whatever the thought is, you know, like just getting it a little bit wrong. I'm got some new recruits come in last night, and before the big thing, you know, the big thing. I don't know how much they know.
Big, yeah.
Yeah, the big thing, you know, with the train and the tunnel.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I want you to take these guys out and get them on a little appreciation mission. We got some protection money that needs collecting out on one of the out on the western approach. Take them out there and, you know, show them how we do things, but also that we're not all that bad, you know.
I hear you loud and clear. I assure you I will guide them down the righteous path towards our noble cause.
Indeed. And but if they do happen to give you any trouble, if they don't want to pay, I mean, you know how to handle business.
I've been handling business for a long time, brother. I assure you.
I bet you have. Hey, why don't you take 9 lives along as well? You know, he's always good for getting people nervous.
The short one of the explosives. I'll make sure to keep the matches away. to say the least.
Unless they don't pay, of course. All right, well, that was it. Are you fixing anything good for breakfast?
I've got some home-styled grits and what excuse for eggs around these parts, but certainly try.
I mean, I sure am hungry, preacher.
Well, by all means, my child, I fixed it en masse to feed the mass. So,
And they'll just grab a plate, grab some food, and they'll head back upstairs with it.
I suppose, if anything, is Haim still asleep on the floor?
I think he'll eventually rouse to the smell of food. Like his big nose is just sticking out from underneath his cowboy hat and just like starts wiggling. And then he gets up and he has very awkwardly a golden scepter sticking out of the lip of his pants, I guess. And what does it look like other than gold? Does it have like a mace head or something? Jewels?
Yeah, it must be like a snake head. Oh wait, Bahamut is a dragon, right? So massive wings on the scepter. Yeah. Here we go. It's a mace, but the mace shape is like wings. You know, which makes it the scepter rather than a mace because not a solid object at the end, but it's very mace shaped. And inside there is a dragon. The whole thing's made of gold.
I see. So Haim just sort of like corrects his hat and he shuffles on through the door, one shoulder, the other shoulder, and he just like takes out his pants and he holds it. He holds it, not seeming to register that he has it. He approaches the breakfast bar and just looks down at the food.
Now, mind you, this is for everybody, big fella. I don't mean to assume, but everyone has to eat.
Oh, of course. And he'll grab a plate, look at his hand, see the scepter, and just kind of put it down without registering it, and then grabs like some utensils and he fixes a plate for himself. And it's pretty moderately sized. It's not too greedy.
This thing is obviously a scepter of Bahamut. Obviously very nice. If you were to inspect it, you would writing as property of Archbishop. Also, I think it's fair to say that Jinx hasn't been shy about showing off their Bahamut priest investment.
It's probably at this point that Nine Lives goes to the food and starts tucking his fill. Doesn't eat much because of his size, but he eats it quick.
Yeah, Jinx is guzzling water at this point because hangovers suck.
Apologies, I do hate to bother, but I think I might have something that might just help with that there nasty hangover of yours. If you're intrigued.
Sure. That would be
Okay,
lovely.
From presumably behind the counters, to see his free reign as he's making breakfast, he takes a mug and he cracks two raw eggs into it. It's bourbon, what would equate to any kind of chili sauce, and the rest is topped off with beer and one more egg on top for good money. And he kind of gestures it over and I said, now mind you, I don't partake in the devil's hangovers, but I've been told a little bit of protein certainly helps in the morning after.
No.
Thank you. And she chucks it.
My good.
She may look delicate, but
It's
It's
beer,
not.
chili sauce, and raw eggs.
Yep. it's fine. been wandering the desert. She's had weirder stuff.
Hey, do you know
Wait.
what? You make it a slightly red color. That is hair of the dog. When you drink this spicy red cocktail, your exhaustion and drunkenness both decrease by 2. Additionally, you're not accused. Any additional drunkenness benefit the effects of any potions you.
I'd say definitely be red from how much chili sauce is in there.
There you go. Boom. You do not feel so hungover anymore, Jinx.
Woo! Is that a scepter of Bahamut on the breakfast table?
To be perfectly honest, I'm just as shocked as you are seeing it. I believe big fella had it with him in his trousers for some reason.
Nanlai's ears perks up and scrambles up, trying to get on a chair to have a look at said scepter.
I'm gonna pick it up and go over to him and put it on the table just gently and be like, Haim, where did you get this?
Haim probably looks way too big for the chair he's sitting in. He's kind of big-shouldered. It looks kind of like a tortoise in a shell, too small, probably. He's just kind of like shoveling the food in his mouth, and he just goes, hmm. He doesn't even look at it. He just continues eating.
I'm pretty sure this is dangerous to have. If you don't sport the dragon, you should not just swing it around and put it on breakfast tables.
As you say that, his eyes just sort of track up from the food to it and then to you, and he looks very confused. What?
I've been told you pull this out of your pants and put it on the breakfast table.
Way they casually held it in their hand for a bit as well. I was laughing earlier when you said I'm gonna pull it out of my pants, hold it in a minute as though it's not weird, and then put it on the breakfast table.
Yeah, as they're doing that, Nanlai's just gonna go to Casty. So, what do you think? Big guy, he's strong, weird, healer? Probably not as good as you, though. Still missing those whiskers, though. Yeah, that's not just as the Casty.
I do hate to intrude, but being a man of holy origins, could I take a peek at that there scepter for a second or so, if you don't mind?
By all means.
And of course, like you said, there's writing on it. Is there any specific religious symbols or anything that stands out on it or anything like that?
Give me a religion check. Okay, you well versed in religion. And you can see a lot of things on this thing. You can see the gold. You can see the depiction of Bahamut seems accurate. You can see property of the Archbishop on the handle there. Also tell that this is a fake. This isn't the real deal. You can tell purely because the Archbishop doesn't make things out of gold. Melts to it.
Well, unfortunately, this here fancy stick is a fraudery.
That would make sense since it's a platinum dragon, and not the gold. Yes.
That's fair enough. It might be worth something melted down by all means, but I can't think this is going to do much for us. I do hate to side rail from this, but one of the heads had contacted me, and it seems we have a pleasantry visit to partake in.
Oh, sure.
Well, I don't quite think it was a choice in the matter. We're here to collect protection funds, and I'm sure y'all know what happens when they don't comply.
Yes.
Are we setting off now then?
He didn't quite give me a time to when to be completed by it, but I'm sure if we can wrap this up by sundown, that'd be mighty fine.
All right. And then you see Haim get up, and he starts to like clean the table. If anyone's finished their plates, he's collecting their plates for them, like wiping little crumbs onto the plates. Very neat. And then he takes them over to the bar.
I appreciate the you are a surprisingly gentle individual for someone your size. You're big.
He gets this kind of wolfish grin, and he just he lifts his hat up at you. Looks can be deceiving.
Well, ain't that the devil's truth?
Around this time, coming in through the door, is Rosie. You'll know Rosie as Nine Lives in Cassidy would know Rosie. An old woman who has been tending this bar possibly longer than than Big Dick's clan have been here. No one asks any questions because she doesn't ask any questions. Just cleans up every day and is quite happy with that. Sort of got maybe 2 teeth left. Eyes sunk way back into her head. Hair pulled right back in a grey bun that looks like it's, extending her forehead all the way back. And she just comes in. Morning, Mr. Clay.
Good morning, Miss Rosie. I got some grits and eggs left if you're still keen on them.
No, I don't eat eggs. I don't eat until noon.
I always can't hurt to try, Miss Rosie. You here to clean up then, I presume?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
She just gets busy cleaning up the dishes and stuff so that my players are free to move on with a housework.
After a spell of politeness, Haim surrenders the dish duty to Rosie because it's not his actual job. And then
she just comes like straight in with a ladle and she's like, off, that's mine, get off. Like...
Well, all right, little lady. And Haim will go over to the table and he just kind of tucks his thumbs into his belt and he's like, whenever you're ready, father.
Oh, well, by all means, unless there's any complaints or things to do, sooner we get on out of here, the sooner we can get back. Mind you, I still have evening mass to take care of.
Yes, maybe you want to put that away. So it's not out
stick
on the table.
He'll lift open the priestly robes of his and kind of adjust the collar and stick it down inside of there. It fits presumably fairly well.
Hames just looks confused while you do this. He looks at it and he looks like he's looking at it for the first time. Just shrugs his shoulder. Well, I suppose we can get going now. We've got horses.
Would Cassidy know where they're heading to collect these protection funds?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know the Western approach can only mean the Benellan family. The Benellan family, they're sort of like tertiary gang members. You know, they're not part of the gang, but they do things. Protection thing in exchange for services. There's a whole thing. Okay?
Okay.
But if they don't pay, they don't pay. You know, they become just like anyone else.
Well, if there's no objections, then I believe Cassidy would get everybody to the horses and they start heading out westward then.
Everyone.
Jinx is
See-
gonna stay outside.
Okay. Everyone who goes into that stable sees the horse that Jinx was riding yesterday, levitating 1 foot off the air, contorted into the lotus position, humming, meditating, seemingly.
You seen this too, or is this side effect from these?
I assure you, my small companion, I've never seen something like this except in wicked possessions. Hey, horse, you possessed by the devil?
Need me to blow 'em up?
I couldn't tell if that was a yes or a no.
I think it was a nay.
Well, we better quit horsing around on this one, don't we?
So, is there 4 horses, or I presume, and just the one floating?
Well, there are other horses. You can pick someone else's horse. They could-
Yeah, we're gonna take somebody else's horse.
Fantastic.
Can you bring a horse out for me?
I presume this one in here is yours then.
It was until this morning, but it's freaking me out.
Well, Cassidy,
Haim,
looking to after you.
Haim will look really uncomfortable and slowly move closer to the horse and very politely ask it, we've got to head out. Do you mind not doing it? You can continue this later.
Now, there's a lot of horses here. I'm sure we can leave this one towards his path to enlightenment, to say the least.
Haim will take the other horse that we have and leave horse thieving to somebody else.
Yeah, Cassidy has no qualms with taking somebody else's horse, and he's actually going to take one of the pieces of scripture he has beneath his arm, and he's going to open it up and place it before the horse with a rosary, and give him the whole cross symbol, and walk 2 horses out. Peace be with you, my child. And kind of gives an awkward look over his shoulder. He makes his way out.
Hey, Scrat, is this a horse pose?
What? In all of this?
This-
Yeah, this is the horse doing stuff
The
with
horse?
the tubes. Yeah.
Oh, that was a yoga joke. Never mind.
I got it. I
didn't.
I liked it.
Sorry. Outside Jinx, there are 2 guys, and these guys are bros, right? You can tell, muscle bound. You know, that everyone else in this entire setting wears duster jackets and hats and guns. These 2 are wearing like bright pink shorts. One's wearing a luminous yellow tank top. The other one's wearing a white tank top. And luminous yellow tank top says to white tank top, I don't know, dude. Like, I had the thing yesterday. Like, at the start of the night, then we all got really drunk, and now I don't have it anymore. Dude.
You lost something?
Oh, beautiful day.
Sure. You lost something?
Kind of embarrassing, actually. I lost my rod.
You lost your rod.
Yeah.
What does your rod look like? I can't finish.
Well, it's like golden, and like it didn't really fit in my pants, but like I put it in there anyway, and like, no, I lost it. I think last night.
Is it very important?
No, I got it from like this person who was like selling like snake oil and stuff, and they told me it would like protect me.
I think we might have found it.
And the other one, like white tank top, slaps me like, dude, you only just met this person and they like found your thing already. This is sick.
Yes, Bahamut and all that. Father Cassidy?
Yes, my child, I see you've made a couple acquaintances.
Hey, bros.
Yes. This gentleman has
Priest,
lost
bro.
his rod. A golden rod.
I see.
It's sort of like long and it has like this big thing at the end with like wings.
I believe I might have what exactly you're looking for. And reaches into his robes and he pulls out the rod and he goes to extend it, but he brings it back over his head. And now if I give this back to you, you're going to make sure and come by and leave an offering at the communion, aren't you?
Oh, dude, you totally got it right. Like, I've been thinking about this great new way to leave offerings. Beer!
Now, my son, as much as I love this offering of yours, the church can't make coin off of just beer alone.
No, but like, think about it, yo. It's like perfect, right? It's just like my last party, right? No one's coming to communion, right? No one's coming to communion. No one's coming to communion. No one's coming to communion. Then you put up a big sign: free beer. Oh my God! Everyone's at communion, bro.
Oh my God. I'm good. Okay.
Is this guy high or is he just still drunk from last night?
Jinx is gonna bend down and whisper, I think he's just stupid.
No shit, lady.
But Cassidy will hand over the rod and take the young man's hands in his own and he'll look him in the eye. If you bring beer to my communion, I will burn your fingertips off.
All right, bro. I'll think of something else.
Peace be with you, my child.
You.
And he lets his hands go.
Dude, we should go and like talk to that horse again. They gave me so much inspiration last night, and they both like just head into the barn. As you all start riding out of town, you're being followed. The two dude bros have formed a meditating circle with the horse, and the three of them are levitating about 150 yards away from you all, following you.
What?
I think we're being followed.
Blow him up, Cassidy. Say the word.
Oh. I believe this could have ramifications upon us of the gods above if we injure these innocent people.
All right.
Not
Now,
doing
I
anything
assure
harmful.
you,
Yards away. Levitating.
if they approach any closer and seek to impede our progress, I assure you they will be swiftly dispatched.
Yes, because
In
they're
the name of the
making me very uncomfortable. So let's just go, see if we can get some distance or not.
You know what? Can I? This is a weird question. Can I shoot a warning shot in the form of a fireball just off some ways away from them? You know, not too close, but just like a don't follow us.
You sure can. As you do that, the two dude bros like fall out of the levitation circle, look around like they don't know where they are, and then like run back to town. The horse doesn't.
That is really concerning. Like, I'm not the only one that's thinking that's the devil's work at this point. That's not enlightenment.
It's a nightmare.
I'm gonna have to ask that you put a coin in the repent pouch.
Yeah.
Couldn't help myself.
Nana's gonna get sort of sad and thinks, I'm trying to put a bomb out once, but he caught me.
Now then, let's keep moseying along at our pace now.
It's not too far, maybe a couple of hours ride to the Benelin family place. It's one of them houses that, you know, it started off as a pretty house. But as generations have come and gone and people have had crazy ideas about putting extension things on it, it kind of looks a bit bigger than it should be, if you know what I mean. It's not a big building like a mansion or anything, it's just people have put too many extra rooms and stuff on and it just looks a little crowded altogether. All sort of like wooden constructs, looks a bit rickety, looks like it could fall over at any second, that kind of too big. And you can see there sitting on the porch, old man Benelin with a pipe in hand. Fucking chair.
Now,
Feet up on the bed.
short one and traumatized by a horse. I believe me and the big fella are gonna step up there. I believe it should just be a second. Y'all good there? Want to approach, big fella?
Yes. And before he moves off to follow Cassidy, he'll kind of lean over to Jinx and whisper, "If things get hairy, just stick close to me, all right?"
All right.
And he gives you a wink, and it's not subtle at all, but it's totally like a, you know, because we're here to do the thing.
Mhm, mhm.
And then he'll follow Cassidy.
Now, small one, you know what to do if they're not complying with our demands.
Line him up. Line him up.
In the Lord's name, my son. And Cassidy will start approaching the porch.
Nana immediately just checks over all the bombs.
As you approach, Bill takes out. I don't know why we're here. I want to turn back right now.
Bill, I'm sure you know why we're here, brother.
That's what I said.
Yep. You got what we came for?
Up. Ain't got no moonshine making any money.
Bill, call your boy down here. You know I can't understand you half the damn time.
Bill! Bill! All right, I'm coming. Bill, I'm coming. Down comes young Bill. Young Bill, a sort of weedy man. gonna make them all Aarakocra as well, actually. They're all bird people.
Nice.
And comes down. He's a sort of a small, pigeon-chested bird person who comes down, and he's got like a pair of small spectacles on his face. And oh boy, you're all here from Big Dick's gang, right?
Well, you should certainly know why Big Dick's sending me, of all people.
That
if
I
I'm here
do.
at your doorstep.
That I do. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, father. We ain't got no money. We didn't. Look, we've been trying to set off the moonshine, and we usually do real well, but there's these new bartenders around now, and they can make all kinds of fancy things. Have you heard about some of the things they can make? Surprise tequila that makes your pants fall off, and the black whiskey that makes you cloaked in shadows, and all sorts of other funny things. And here we are just making regular gin.
Little Bill, my poor boy, and kind of places a hand on his shoulder, and his hands are shockingly warm. They're not hurting hot, but it's warmer than one person's hand should be. Man, you know what's got to happen if you don't have what's due.
I do, but you know that Bill and all the other Bills ain't gonna be happy.
I'm going to give you a chance here. You pack up and you get the fuck out of my town. This house is going to go with us one way or another. Your lives just don't have to be part of that price.
I ain't leaving. No. He said he ain't leaving. This is his home. But let me just give him a half second to talk to him and the boys, maybe.
You have a chance. I'll give you. Let's see, what time is it? Would you say?
I mean, must be about midday, maybe a little after. Monday, right?
Oh, it's Monday. I'll give you until that church bell rhymes at the top of the hour. Kind of ports off towards the church steeple standing.
All right, I'll speak to everyone. And he turns around to the house and starts calling out, Bill, Bill, Billy, Bill, Billy, Billy, and Bill. I need to have a meeting.
Haim has been just standing behind Cassidy with his arms rippling, you know, way too big in his duster coat, and he looks over his shoulder towards Jinx, and he just has this expression of like concern and looks really unsure of himself.
Nine Lives has probably figured out that this isn't going as usual, so Nine Lives is going to hide. For 15.
Hide. You see Bill go inside the house, and you can hear people moving around in there. The whole Benelli fam here, and everyone except old Bill. Old Bill sits on the lawn, just sort of going, "I'll be ashamed of yourself coming around here kicking people out of their home. They took our jobs."
And then it is kind of sneaking a little closer, like a bit of a side angle.
Now, Bill, you know this ain't how I like doing things around these parts.
It what it is.
It is what it is, but your life ain't got to be a part of that toll, brother. You have a chance to get on out of here.
At my home.
I understand that's your home, but got a chance to build a new town, new faces, where they're not selling fancy liquor.
Use pipe, clean his nose. Like use his hands, like dig it between the toes. Well, I don't know about that. I'm too old. We moving on to another day. I don't really want to. Moving on. I'm too old. No,
I understand you're too old, Bill, but one way or another, if you only ain't got the money here, this house's legacy is gonna be naught but ashes.
All right. Burn people houses down here. Job down and took a house.
What can I do to get you to leave this place alive and not with another grave I'm having to fill?
Way I see it suddenly becomes more coherent. Way I sees it, you can start buying your liquor from fancy people and start buying liquor from us.
All right, Bill. I'll cut you a deal. And if Big Dick finds out about this, it's not just your neck on the line, it's mine. I can see about filling the shelves with your family's liquor and seeing that the fancier stuff just doesn't make it out on the shipments. It's going to cost a premium, however. I'm expecting the 50% extra tithes to the church.
Y'all hear that? Inside you hear a chorus of, yep. That's where we're gonna take our break. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. Everyone, do as we do. Get up, stretch, grab a bio, grab a drink, do all the things that you should do to remain here. And we will be back in 5 shortly. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a fantastic break. We most certainly did. We left as Bill and Bill and Cassidy debate about stocking the Big Dick's bar with Bill's produce instead of the fancy stuff, and in return, Cassidy expects a large donation, large regular donation to the church, 50%. And after that, Bill's just kind of like scowling, chewing on beef. All right, I reckon you got a deal.
Now we're gonna have to make this convincing. Like we talked this out. I need your boy Little Bill come out here, and I want him to give me Shiner right across here.
Little Bill?
Little Bill.
Don't know if you can. We can try. Bill! And this time 2 heads come out. One is Little Bill, pigeon-chested Little Bill, and the other one is, you know the birds with arms seagull? I mean, picture that, but an Aarakocra. Yep. No, Bill, not Bill. And Little Bill comes out.
Now, Little Bill, looks like we worked something out here with your paw. Now I need you to do something for me.
I heard that. I appreciate that.
Need you to give me Shiner right here.
What, with like shoe polish?
I need you to punch me in the face.
I can try. He takes like a 10-foot run up. And the softest blow grazes your forehead.
Hey, punch me in the fucking face.
I'm trying. Oh, the second one. He uppercuts you on the nose so hard it pops and starts bleeding. And he's like, "Oh, jeez, you all right?"
Kind of. And blood flies out, and that'll do, boy. And from inside of his kind of robes, Cassidy pulls out today's collection of offerings, and he gives them the extra from it, and whatever the bill that Big Dick would need from them, he keeps in the sack to deliver. Now you remember what the church did for you.
That's mighty goody.
Doing the Lord's work, Bill.
Nana kind of pokes out now from behind the rocking chair. Yeah, keep your nose clean. Toss off.
I don't have a nose, but okay.
Now, we're gonna mosey on our way. You keep your nose, beaks. You know what the hell I'm saying.
Haim will like look over his shoulder to Jinx and just give a thumbs up.
Now, I'm sure I'm gonna see you and the entire Bill Brigade at Even to Mass, ain't that right?
Everyone except Uncle Bob.
Well, we don't like Uncle Bob's folks coming in.
Things get real crazy when they do.
Can't blame the congregations for Uncle Bob's actions, but I still love him as the Lord tells me to. Peace be with you, Bills.
Someone's got to, Cassidy. Peace be with you too.
And he'll nod and once again wipe his nose, make sure there's no blood on it, and make his way on out of there.
Jinx has no idea what just happened. She's just been sitting on a horse, looking at everything without being able to hear.
Except Jinx, when you turn around, your meditating horse is like in 5 feet.
Oh my god!
She's gonna scream and fall off the horse.
I let the bomb racing.
Hyman,
Haim's
McGee,
gonna try to catch Jinx.
Dex save.
Right, I have an advantage.
You have an advantage from last week. Yeah, everyone has one advantage, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, we'll take the 10. I think, Jinx, you only like half hit the ground.
Have
You know,
one foot in the
there's
stirrup.
there's a solid attempt there. Yeah. There's a solid attempt to catch you, but it's not. It's a bit clumsy.
Haim just throws himself gracelessly at the ground, trying to save you. It's embarrassing.
So now we're both covered in dirt. And lying in a pile between a normal horse and a meditating horse. Yes, this is D&D.
You all right there, little miss? Sorry
yeah.
if you bumped your head there.
It's fine. That horse is freaking me out.
Haim will try to help you get upright, and he'll eyeball the horse, and his hand goes to his shotgun. He says, "Do you want me to do something about it?"
I mean, it hasn't hurt anyone yet. Maybe try pushing it away.
Haim will very reluctantly push on the horse.
As you push on the horse, it like begins to move and like slowly comes to a halt, like something that's pushed without really any resistance.
He just keeps pushing. And then looks questioningly over his shoulder to Jinx.
She's just like, I don't know.
He says to the horse, you better respect the lady's distance, you know? Personal space.
My best impression of hooves meditating.
He'll gently pat the horse and then walk away, staring over his shoulder at it. He'll go mount his own horse.
From that previous 9 lives in Cassidy, why don't you both just give me a perception check?
Oh boy. I'll take the nat one.
None the wiser. Oh my goodness. So Cassidy, you would have you understood that situation pretty well. In that house, they were obviously preparing with guns and trying to defend their land. You avoided some serious stuff here. I'm just not sure that Jinx and Haim messing around with the horse and 9 lives hiding with the nat 1 perception may have noticed. Successful.
Oh man.
Well, I believe that our stay is growing close to uncomfortably long. They were well prepared to fill us full of hopes if we did not end the way we did.
Hell,
I
I'm
have-
mad at try.
I have to say that I appreciate your flavor of diplomacy, Father.
It's all in the Lord's work, my son. And now, before my nose can continue leaking, someone have cloth or something for the love of all that is holy. I
Man, I
am
just pulled out
leaking
something
profusely.
I just hands up sort of a bit of cloth, all that.
Okay.
It's not cleanest, but
I could heal you if you want.
If I'm healed, I can't have the story of what happened here, so it'll have to wait till we're back in town.
I could just heal the blood and not the bruise, maybe?
I believe that'd be acceptable.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
By all means.
I'm not sure how much damage I took from that punch in the first place.
You know, it was a nat 20, right?
It wasn't that.
It was a nat 20. It would have been double damage. Been 2 minus 2. But because it was a nat 20, we'll make it explode. Make it explode and say that it did 10 damage. 4 points
Okay.
lost after healing. That makes sense, right? There's enough to tell a story about. Narratively,
yeah.
it works. If it doesn't seem to make sense mechanically.
Exactly.
I was gonna say 0 times 2 is 0. What does this magic look like as Jinx is casting it?
It's white. Like, kind of white and shiny. But not, like, big or anything. It's just kind of on her palm. Just a little bit of white and shiny.
Well, if there's no further complaints, I believe getting on back to town might be the best thing for us.
Hopefully we can leave the horse behind.
Cassidy is going to approach the horse and take out one of his rosaries and put it up and around the horse's neck, and moseys back onto his own horse and climbs back on it.
Fantastic. I'm desperately trying to grab some rifle stats from Google. I'm having an issue. Pop-ups being blocked by Firefox. Firefox. There we go. So as you were walking back, you need to head through Snake Pass, a winding pass that is often used by travelers such as yourselves. You would have used it just earlier today on your way here. And it's on this pass where some stranger, oh, actually maybe less strange happened so far, occurrences occur. Starting with, there's confident, hoping that he's close to the stat block.
Well, I was on the where you can say as proceeding. So I never caught your name. What's your name? Lovely lady.
Jinx Dupree,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. And you were 9 lives?
Yeah, they call me 9 lives, but they say I'm on 3 now.
Ah, yes. Does it have anything to do with the whiskers? No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned a trick that not cost the whiskers, but it's proven useful.
Have you thought about a mask?
I mean, it just gets in the way of what I gotta do to cut that cost that, so.
As you are traveling through the pass, 3 figures on one of the sides pop up. They're going to fire on the three of you. This is an ambush. Ambushing travelers on the road.
Okay.
Jinx,
Yes.
does a 13 hit you?
Yes, but I have a reaction. Is it a surprise attack or do we see them?
It will be a surprise attack.
Oh shit, I can't use my spell.
So
Yes.
they're gonna pop up and do 7 damage on you there.
Yes.
Cassidy, does an 11 hit you?
Does not hit.
The ridiculous armor class, right? And then 9 life. The 19 hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Take 15 damage. Oof. Oof.
That's almost half my health.
And everyone, please roll initiative.
Okay.
These people are dressed in like desert garb. They have rifles. They're kind of screaming. Okay, so we've got a pretty good mix. So Desperado number 1 is going to fire on Haim this time. Does a 19 hit you, Haim?
Yes. Ow.
Please take 13 points of damage.
Alright.
And then next turn order is Father Cassidy.
All right. Does he see where all three of them are at this point since they've popped up and started shooting?
Yeah, 2 are on the left side of the canyon, 1 are on the right.
Okay. He kind of brings his hands together in a prayer and does the sign of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and from there, a fireball is going to cast from his hands towards. Would you say they're grouped together, or are they kind of spread apart?
Oh yeah, they're kind of together. They're definitely together. It looks like they might be sharing ammo. Okay. Going for the half damage. Here we go. First one dodges. Taking half damage. Second one does not. Take round down. Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that will be all.
As fire rains on these two people, they sort of like jump apart a little bit. One taking much more of the brunt than the other, and they're you can hear sort of at each other. Next in the turn order is Heim.
How far away are they?
They're not. Like, I mean, they're within, let's say, 80 feet.
Okay. What's the speed of the horse?
40 feet. Centaur speed, we'll use.
Okay. So Haim will charge his horse towards them, and you see him pull a shotgun off of his back. It is extremely large. It's a large shotgun, and the sun just kind of glints on the metallic side of it, and you see engraved in the barrel it says Darla. And then once he's 40 feet away from them, he'll point at one of them and he'll fire with his shotgun.
Are you heading towards the 2 on the left or the 1 on the right?
The 2 on the left.
Okay. Are you aiming for the one that looks more hurt or less hurt?
More hurt.
Go for it.
Huh.
11, unfortunately, not hit. You see it hit their desert rags, and they. Ah!
Okay. As level 5 paladin, I get an extra attack, so I'm gonna do it again. It's a double barrel shotgun. Oh, dang.
Maybe it's just at the like lip something. Not quite there. You know, maybe it's the horseback. Something's throwing you off as these raises his rifle above his head and at you.
That'll be it. Thank you.
Next is the hurt and Desperado, who is going to fire back at you, Heim. Does a 24 hit you by chance?
Yes.
Please take 40 damage.
Okay.
Uh, 9 lives. You're next.
So Nanles is going to spur his horse on towards, seeing that others are on the 2, he's going to go towards the 1. And so he closes by 40 feet on the horse, meaning that 40 feet away.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yep. So then it's going to pull out bomb, throw bomb. Unfortunately, disadvantage because of the range. But I'll burn the advantage for a straight roll because why not?
Yeah, sure, you can do that.
And yep.
Only
11
it
hit.
hadn't been disadvantaged. That would have been a crit. Unfortunately, 11 will not hit.
Oh well. Here's the bomb. Misses. No, these close range, not long range. I'll mark on a bomb.
Yeah, there's no one else around. We don't need to worry about it going off for anyone else.
No.
Fantastic. So then next is Jinx.
If I ride 40 feet, could I then take my own movement and go? Or is my movement the horse's movement?
Just like flying, if you ride a horse for so many feet, take from
Dang. I'm gonna ride closer and go towards the 2 guys.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take my revolver and I'm gonna try to hit one. Please hit one. Ugh.
Looks like you've got everything turned on as crits.
I do?
Yeah, that might have been me last time. Hang on. You an assassin by chance?
No. Nope.
There we go. Just give us another roll. Quickly. Fix it.
Oh no, I'm doing stuff weird. Hang on. Revolver.
There we go. Well, we'll take the 10 anyway. That's fixed. Unfortunately, this shot doesn't hit. Do you have a second attack?
I don't think so. No, I don't. I'm just standing there like, well.
9 lives.
Yep.
The last person come close to them, so they're going to try and defend themselves.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to -5 from my attack roll. Try and hit one of your bombs.
Oh boy. This could be a very dead mouse.
Did that go off for anyone?
I haven't seen it.
Whoa, there we go, there's 2. So it would have been an 8. An 8 was the shot.
My AC is 15.
Yeah, no, didn't hit. Didn't hit. Things close by, but you can see what they're trying as this bullet goes flying past your bandolier, wherever you keep the bombs.
Yep.
Back to the top of the round. We've made it 1 round. Congratulations, everyone. Here we are at the end. Oh, hang on a minute. I've just realized. Stop that.
On that.
Fight music. The top of the round, it's going to be the first Desperado. firing on y'all again. They're going to this time fire on who came close. We've got Heim. Oh no, Fireball. They're gonna aim at Cassidy. They saw what happened. That might come through in a second. 22. Does a 22 hit?
That definitely hits.
Please take 10 points of damage. And then it is Father Cassidy's.
Okay, Father Cassidy is once again going to perform a similar symbol with his hands, and he's going to cast Scorching Ray at level 2. 2 bolts are going towards the less injured one, and 1 is going towards the one who took the full brunt of the first fireball.
Oh yeah. 26 hits.
Okay, so it's 2. So yeah, so 1 for each.
Oh, just 2, so 1 for each. Okay. I thought there were 3 bolts.
I thought it was 3 as well.
The second Desperado is starting to look particularly injured. As you, their sandy-colored wraps beginning to turn blood red.
Alright, and that we all for me.
Bella.
I think narratively, what you see is the horse that Heim is on kind of rears up, and the sunlight just like glints across this hidden. It just kind of slightly peaks as his duster falls away. He has a sheriff's badge, a deputy's badge, like right on his chest there. The light glints off of it, and it casts Shield of Faith on him. And one of his like large, like ham-fisted palms just kind of slaps onto where he just got shot. He's like, ugh, and he casts Lay on Hands. And he'll heal 25 hit points. That's my turn.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, I guess I'll close the distance, and I'll go 15 feet closer.
Well, Desperado number 2 doesn't like being set on fire either, so they're also going to try and attack Cassidy. Cassidy, I think we can safely say you have aggro. What range are you at now? Still at 80?
Yes, still at 80.
My roll 20's got to flow all of a sudden. It might come through in a second. I'm hesitant to roll a million times again. Do it, roll 20, I believe. There we go. There's a 21 hit you.
21 definitely hits.
My dice are hot all of a sudden. Take 14 points of damage.
Gotcha.
How's Cassidy looking as he's taking these shots? Damage total.
All things considered, it's kind of hard to tell through the black robes, the priest robes, but the bullet holes, he's looking about half as good as he started with.
Nine Lives.
Nine Lives is going to move right up, and then I'm going to Nine Lives can say this. Is going to take a bomb, open it, chug back, and then breathe fire. 15-foot cone, making sure that there's no way it's not going to hit, so he needs to make a DC 14 saving throw, taking 9 fire damage, and I take 7 damage myself. That's a terrible roll.
They do, it's a terrible roll, they do take the full 9 damage. Yeah, and so does your throat. Sounds of Jinx. It is your turn.
Yes, I'm gonna go closer. So I'm gonna go. They were 80 feet away and closed 40 feet of the distance, so I'm gonna go 25 feet. And I'm gonna pull out my shotgun and I'm gonna try to hit one. Well, maybe. I have.
A 14 also won't hit, I'm afraid.
Ugh. Okay. As a bonus action, I'm gonna send my familiar over to the guy who looks almost dead, and I'm gonna have it do life drain.
Unfortunately, an attack of 6. Oh my goodness. You have an advantage.
Wow.
Do you want to reroll?
No, I'm gonna roll with the punches.
Okay. Unfortunately, that will not hit, as they miss me with that, you know. Dodge out of the way. Cat goes flying at them.
Stupid cat.
As you close distance 9 lives on Desperado number 3, they begin to look a little desperate. They draw their revolver, and they're going to start attacking at you. Does a 12 hit you? Oh no, 20, sorry, advantage.
Yep, the 20 hits.
And how about a 20?
Yeah, that hits. I'm about to go down, guys. Person
Might be
doesn't
okay.
take me down.
Might be okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
14. 9 lives is down.
I am down.
You hear behind you a short fanning of the hammer, and a slump as 9 lives hits them.
Last cannon, y'all.
Undertaker's calling you.
Back to the other side, the Desperado 1 is going to carry on attacking. They don't like the fire. They're going to keep attacking Cassidy. An 8 won't hit you. So Father Cassidy, it's your turn.
Can I get within 60 feet of 9 lives?
You can. You just have to walk 20 feet away from the 2 people that are.
Okay. He's gonna cross that. Just as soon as he's within 60 feet, he's going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on 9 lives for 12 points of healing.
There we go. 12 points of heat.
Woohoo!
And I'm actually going to use, if I walk 20 feet, should have 10 more feet. And I'll move 10 feet back towards the 2 that he had just walked away from. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Your thing. And then we go to Stella then.
He will use his shotgun again. Same guy. Huh. Nope. Huh.
16 hits!
Okay. Pya.
5 damage. Second Desperado now on 1 knee. Still with rifle in hand. Ah! 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 This heavily damaged Desperado. How close are you now?
I am within 15 feet.
They too are gonna get desperate, if you hadn't guessed it. They're gonna use their bonus action to draw their revolver and attack Heim.
Okay.
Nat 20. Go to Faith.
So I have an ability called Jam Weapon. One reaction you take when a creature you can see within 60 feet attacks with a firearm.
Yes.
I'm gonna jam that crit.
Oh my goodness.
This watch how ridiculous this is. They have to use an action to unjam it. Isn't that ridiculous?
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know if the second attack would go off.
The second attack would not go off. They need to use an action to clear the weapon. So they fire once, and then the second action, it doesn't go. They click, and they're just like looking at their gun. Yeah, my goodness, what a ridiculous move.
Right?
That's crazy. Well, that takes us next then to 9 lives. Back up on what? 12 HP.
12, yeah. So it's gonna stands up and is going to. I'm going to use 3 of my reagent dice to increase this next bomb's damage dice by 3 dice, and I'm going to lob a basic firebomb at it. 12 to
Now,
hit.
Isn't there something about the bombs that if it lands within 5 feet, they have to make a dex save or something like that?
Yeah, they do have to make a dex save. I would throw. I should have had that thing up.
Let's not worry about it. Unfortunately, that won't hit.
Oh, so I just wasted. Oh well.
That's what I mean. I'm sure there's something about a dex save.
Yeah, there is a dex save from it, but it is a thrown. Seems to be a thrown attack. Oh yeah, I'm up in his face, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you get within 5 feet, I feel like that's bombs. Bomb. When a bomb hits a target, exploding 5-foot radius. DC 11 dex save.
Which is increased by the intelligence modifier.
Is?
So it makes it DC, so it's a DC 14.
Yeah, afraid it's not meant to be. They just duck out of the way.
Oh well. It's not 9 lives get about losing another life.
9 lives. 9 lives. Well, yeah, you just lost another one just seconds ago. Jinx, it is now your turn.
Okay, I have the prehensile hair, so I'm gonna make it move up around me. It's very long, like 10 feet, I think. And it's just moving on its own, and I'm gonna go full Lady Galadriel, because I have a hex that allows me to talk telepathically to anyone within 60 feet. So I'm gonna look at the healthiest of the Sand Desperados and be like, you should leave now. And try to intimidate.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Ooh. Let's see how this goes. Please be good. Okay.
Good. That's pretty good. I don't think they... No, they can't. The healthiest one, of the 2 that are closest, healthier one, which happens to also be the one that doesn't have its weapon jammed, sort of like looks at you and looks at his friend, and just runs off into the distance, leaving you. That's one Desperado dealt with. Run. Gonna make them under the frightened status, so they're gonna spend their turn moving away from you. They might. I think they can still attack under the frightened state. Have to move. They can't move towards you.
And I think they have disadvantage as long as they can see me, if it's frightened. I might be wrong though.
I think. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while within the source of its fear within its line of sight. There we go. There we go. So yeah.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna get my cat to try to life drain the other one. Let's hope it fails.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It had literally no life left. It was sitting there on like 3 HP. Jinx, how does your cat creature?
It's gonna boop it on the nose. It's gonna float and just boop.
And it's draining its life. So, like, does it just like suck it up? Does it get bigger? What, like, does it glow brighter?
No, I think I get the hit points, kinda, because I have the hollow
goodness.
curse.
So it's just a catalyst. You're, oh my goodness. Okay.
Look, curse hollow, blah blah blah. When you or your familiar reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, you drain some of its life force and gain temporary hit points.
Equal to your witch level plus your charisma modifier. My goodness. So you have some extra temporary hit points.
That's 9 temporary. Hello.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And that creature is down.
Full spooky Galadriel.
Now, I've realized something. 9 lives. I did that last turn. Which means you had advantage on that roll against him.
Ooh.
Which means you rolled a 26, which means it did hit.
Did hit. Use 3, so ooh, that
We need some damage. Yeah.
damage from that one. So from the initial bomb, that was the 14 dex save, but 10 fire damage from the bomb. But as I put in three of my reagent dice to increase its potency, another 26 on top of that.
How
My
does this
reagent
look?
dice.
How does this look? How does this happen?
So that's puts a quite large violent bomb and just lobs it directly at. Knowing how powerful this thing is, 9 lives then starts, because I think we're on a bit of a hill embankment.
Yeah,
Starts,
like
just
a canyon.
ducks into a ball and starts rolling. It just starts rolling downhill. Just
Ah.
Oh, but
There's nothing left but a pair of boots when you look back. Blown this thing to smithereens. That's 2 Desperados down and 1 running. With Desperado number 3 down, it's just Desperado number 1's turn. And running from you, they move 30 feet away. They are going to get desperate and use their Desperate Gambit to try and negate some of that advantage. But how close were you, Jinx?
I was 15 feet away, I think. Yes.
Okay, so they'll be
So
making a roll.
45. They're 45 away. If they move 30.
So they'll be making the roll at disadvantage anyway because of range. Does a 12 hit you?
Yes.
Please take 3 piercing damage as they sort of like wing you, shoot behind them, like that sort of.
Good thing I have those temporary hit points.
At this point, the Zen horse goes rocketing past you. It goes all the way close to this thing, doing like the yoga style things. Turns when it gets in front of them, and is going to double hoop kick them. Plants its front feet on the ground and puts both feet squarely in its face.
What?
Not what I was intending, but where we are.
What is going on?
It doesn't hit them, but they're there bucking in front of this other thing, blocking their progress. Next is Father Cassidy.
Right. Cassidy's going to move into range as far as he can. Actually, I don't have to. This is a 120-foot range.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna lift up his rosary, and he kind of, as he swings it back and forth, he's going to cast Guiding Bolt at him and see what happens. That's gonna be an 11. So
11 isn't quite gonna hit. It's gonna miss your guy there. Yeah.
all right, all good. That'll be the end for me then.
Stella.
Haim is going to shoulder his shotgun, and he's gonna pull a rope off the side of his saddle, and he's going to charge up and lasso this guy.
Hell yeah.
Does a 14 hit?
Does Guiding Light give advantage even if you miss?
Let me check. On a hit.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
he went Desperado, so just that give the.
It does give advantage. Yes, he did get desperate. Thank you. Same mistake twice. So give us another roll.
So that would mean that Cassidy would also get advantage.
Oh yeah, I would
Yes.
also,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me roll a guiding bolt attack again then.
Yeah, both of you roll. This should.
25.
Yeah, that might just about hit. Yeah.
14 points of radiant damage.
Looking a little sore. The lasso just quite gonna make it. Sorry.
It's okay. I try. Oh wait, I am a paladin. I have 2 attacks.
You do. With advantage again. Double advantage. Oh my goodness. The lasso. How do you want to do this? Isn't that 20?
Oh, it's a nat 20. Oh man. They happen to like be in mid stride, just like there's a split second where like both feet are off the ground. It's just like there's a hop, and then just the lasso just right around both ankles and hog ties them, yanks their feet out from underneath them, and Haim will dismount and start to properly bound this person.
So they're gonna try and run, purely because they don't want to be captured. But if they fail this save, this is gonna be the end of combat. You're gonna have captured them.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check to give me something to roll against.
Okay. Oh wait.
Oh my goodness, they have no chance. Oh my goodness! It's the struggle of the century. It's Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan. It's Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. It's the worst hog tie you've ever had to do. It's like trying to hog tie an eel as they slip out of your grasp at every attempt. But you do manage to hog tie them.
I imagine this looks very impressive considering Haim probably lost a lot of arm wrestles last night, but he just seems to be in total focus right now. Maybe it's that glint going off of his deputy badge or what, but he is not letting this guy get away.
And here we are at the end of combat. 2 desperados, very much kind of, well, disintegrated, life drained, and hog-tied. I'm standing, sheriff's badge worn proudly for all to see. But y'all are alive. The horse goes back to being a normal stance.
9 lives horses run off from the explosion. There's no way. Yeah.
And once everyone is within a 60-foot radius, Cassidy is going to cast mass. Actually, hang on. He's going to cast Prayer of Healing. He's going to put his hands together and with his religious symbol, and take the 10 minutes to cast the full prayer. So that is 13 points of healing to everybody.
And I'm rocking on 25 hit points. That was just coughing still.
At the Desperado, I'm not going to do it all the time to save my voice, but they did that constant stream of screaming.
Jinx is gonna try to talk to him telepathically. I'm guessing the screams get louder as I get closer.
Definite. Tell me, does your telepathic ability give you a language?
Hang on. Let me put it there. They need to understand one language.
Yeah. Okay. So they don't need to share a language, so it understands you, but you don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they. What message do you?
Do you feel good about yourselves right now? I mean, I am a witch.
They kind of then back. They are hunting. Fight for
You
family.
You eat people?
Hunting gear, equipment, water.
Mm. Sure. Yeah, I get that. I'm gonna tell the others that they're just trying to get our gear.
Is one of their guns just laying around anywhere, I presume?
Oh yeah, Desperado 2 would have thrown down the jammed gun. Their hunting rifle is perfect working order nearby them.
Okay.
I think 9 Lives, the one that you destroyed, all of its guns went up. But you can also take
Probably.
the guns. Desperado number 1, they've got and a hunting.
Yeah. If nobody's gonna stop Cassidy, mind you, you'd like to take the pistol off the ground and put it against the remaining Desperado's head and just pull the trigger. If nobody's going to stop him, mind you.
Nope.
No, Haim would have probably like been wrestling with the guy, trying to like get him closer to the horse, maybe with the intention of throwing it on. But he turns around, you do this, and he just looks at you, and you see him kind of wide-eyed, but he doesn't say or do anything.
I imagine Jinx didn't really have much time to react. She was busy talking with her brain.
Okay, they don't have a lot of health left. It's going to be a critical hit because they're trained. So they're down.
So, you're a deputy. Crap.
Haim starts to blush, which probably looks very odd on a Goliath, but he's like, well, I suppose we don't have to be worrying about him anymore. And then he'll start to remove the lasso from the downed person, and he looks over at 9 Lives and says, ex-deputy.
9 lives. We'll give an insight on that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
14.
Alright.
Seems legit, questionable, but legit. Checks out at least.
While this is going on, Cassidy's kind of arranging the bodies against what remains of the bodies, at least of the one and everything else, and he pulls out a piece of parchment and writes a note basically saying, this is what happens when you cross Big Dick, and he pins it to the forehead of the one who he kind of just executed.
Nice.
Now,
Doesn't
If the
prefer being
interruptions-
called Little Richard. I feel like I wrote that down. Yeah.
He prefers that, but I mean, it's not like the sheriff's come to cut the tip off Big Dick's operation. I've been sitting on that one all past few days.
You just couldn't get the big dick out of your mouth for a second. It stuck.
Oh no.
oh my god,
I bow to Scrat.
that was good.
Yeah.
Now, if we're done with these interruptions, I believe it's best we get back to town.
Well, you
Yes.
do still have 4 horses. 9 Lives horse fled, but Zen horse is no longer Zen horse.
Yeah, I
You
don't
got
trust
your
it.
horse back. Look at that. You got your favorite horse back for the evening.
I don't trust it.
I'll get on it then. And then let's go straight. I can get on it.
Yeah, so
Hey.
he gets back on his horse. Yeah.
Haim will kind of fix his duster, just kind of tucking the badge in away, and then he'll like climb on his horse.
Jinx will do the same. Kind of. I will telepathically tell Haim to fall back, so we're riding side by side or something in the back, and kind of give him a look, like, what the fuck is today?
Does Cassidy notice them having this kind of private conversation or anything like that? Or
I'm not saying anything out loud.
right.
Well, Haim's probably not subtle. He turns to look at Jinx, and then he just like tips his hat at her in some sort of acknowledgement. You don't know what for, but he does.
Okay. After a while, Cassidy will kind of pull back alongside of Haim as they're going along, and so you're a former lawman. What brings you to this godforsaken town?
I was pardoned from my previous employment.
Pardon. It takes a mighty big happening to pardon a lawman from his position, especially around these parts. What'd you do?
His eyes kind of sharpen as he like looks at you through the corners, and he says, I could ask you the same thing. How does a preacher go threatening on setting family homes on fire?
Well, the church can't pay for itself. Everything I do is in the Lord's guidance. I am here as his humble shepherd.
Well, I believe live and let live. Ideals aren't worth killing over or going to war for.
No, that's true. However, it's one thing I learned during my mission days is that you don't cross the men who could see putting you in the same graves you're used to filling. I do what's asked of me. I go to mass, and I answer prayers and listen to sins.
Well, I just try to get by, but try and avoid putting any more people in the ground than I need to.
It's a noble cause to say the least. It seems to worked out for you so far, but humble ideals such as that can only get folks so far sometimes. And kind of adjusts his coat and pulls back up towards the front of the group as they keep going back towards town.
Jinx is gonna brain talk to him and be like, That dude is fucking crazy.
Haim just kind of like clears his throat for no reason, maybe, and he'll pull his horse back so that he's alongside Jinx, and he's like, "You all right?"
Yes, I'm fine. Did not expect the Desperado to get new ventilation, so certainly. But yes, I'm okay. And the horse is no longer creepy, so it's perfect.
The horse Nine Lives is riding stares at Jinx constantly.
Oh no! Why, Scrap?
Do we get those like shrill like horror like cues? The camera zooms in on the eyes.
No, but when you look at it, it looks like its eyes change to being normal. Like every time you look at it, it's like, yeah, they're normal. Yeah, they're normal.
I hate that horse. That's the worst horse ever.
Well, try to keep your wits about you, little lady. I suspect that stakes are only getting higher from here.
Oh, for sure. Luckily, I don't spook easily, so.
Thank you very much. Looking alive for a corpse. Who subscribes 5 months in a row. You have an advantage to give to a player of your choice. Let us know who.
Nine Lives after a while will sort of link up with Jinx. You get now why the burnt whiskers?
Yes. Have you thought about creating a cream or lotion that could protect?
I mean, as with my lovely lady, she would do that, but not with her at the moment. After this is all done, then I gotta go back to her. I just work happily in the mine. Till then, I'm blowing things up for Big Dick.
Yes. Sometimes life happens in ways you did not expect.
As preacher would say, amen to that.
Yes. Bahamut bless you.
And you.
You want to make like a con save or anything for your throat?
Why not? 9. No.
You know.
Would you like some water?
My knives has been recorded. It doesn't quite work. Give me a minute. Tomorrow I'll be fine.
Maybe milk. Cut your
Yep.
throat, you know.
Maybe. Smart one. Let me try that.
Or heavy cream, whatever works.
Drinking cream. Nah.
All right.
And then just keep writing.
You all can pull back into town. You can see one of the abandoned houses around this thing has been kitted out. There is. It sounds like there might be a band in there. The big banner over the front door that says I've gotten on. Kappa Phi Kappa. And, like, you can see the dude bros standing outside with buckets.
Boys, I hope you're keeping out of trouble.
Bro, I realize, right, that you want, like, proper donations rather than, like, beer. But I had all this beer, right? So I was like, well, party. But, entrance fee. I'm charging people, like, free silvers to get into the party, and all the proceeds go to the church.
Consider me a poor judge of your dedication to the cause.
So far, we've got me and Dave. That's 6 silvers.
You know, I believe that we can partake in your donations and your kind gathering here this evening. At least for a bit. Drinks, and he kind of gestures to the others on the horses behind him, and
Alright, come on, bros! And brodettes. And, like, starts jostling this bucket, which has 6 silver knocking about in it.
Cassidy puts a gold in the
I'm gonna
pat.
toss 2 gold, one for me and one for Haim. Hey, I can never remember how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Both work.
Yeah.
I sees
changed.
that. Sees that. Puts the bomb back in the thing which she was considering putting in there, and tosses a gold in.
Alright. Well, in you go. There's beer on the left, and chairs on the right.
Haim goes in and has a beer in each hand. He sits down in this chair that's way too small for him.
While this is happening, Cassidy isn't going to partake in any drinking. He'd actually like to start going towards Little Richard's boat, back towards the main bar, just get an eye on things while all the others are taking a drink.
As you enter the bar, you can Fred Durst is kicking about down there, having a drink at the bar.
Fred, I hate to interrupt you in the middle of a drink.
I'm just having a quiet drink. I'm welcome the company. I'd offer you one too, but I know you don't drink, right, Father? Do you want one of them pure white specialties Rosie makes?
That would be lovely, if you don't mind.
Sure thing. Rosie, one of your finest milks, please. Alright, I'm gonna leave it on the counter though. I need to go and entertain somewhere else, but I'll be right back. I'm making a nice little cider. Hi.
That was not an image I needed to have in my mind, Rosie. I appreciate all you do in your life. However, that's going to need a little bit of extra prayer this evening.
Now, I'm going to trust you boys to just, especially now the preacher's here, I'm just going to trust you to put the money right on the table. I'm going to leave the bottles right here, okay? So, behave yourselves. Puts a milk bottle and a whiskey bottle on the counter in front of you and leaves.
And Cassidy, with a still very swollen nose, it's obvious to tell that it was broken and started to bruise and everything else. And well, got the money. It's fair to say the Bills weren't too happy initially, but I assured them that the church had their best health at heart, and seemed that finally got through to them.
Oh, that sounds like a good day, Cassidy. Looks like you got some holes in you. Needs to tear in one of your vestments. They
So
put up
we
a
were-
fight. Did you get him good?
Well, Lil Bill's the one who did my nose this way. I wasn't expecting the kid to come running out the hell out of that house and ran about 10 feet to get up to me and socked me quite
Little
good
Bill?
when I.
You mean
Lil
Little
Bill.
The one with the
Lil.
not like who I call Seagull Bill. You know, I mean, you Little
No,
Bill.
I'm Lil Bill.
Oh damn! I didn't realize he had a pair.
Well, certainly looks like he's got more than a few. And, well, on our ride back to town, we encountered a group of bandits. Language I couldn't quite understand. And they saw fit to try and take from us. And I assure you, I made quite the message out of them there on that cliffside.
And straight. And straight.
And kind of reaches into his pouch and he'll put the tithing that the Bills would have had to give for protection payment onto the table.
All right. Well, like a successful job. Fine. I'm picking up on something you need to tell me, though.
Well, now, and with you being as close as you are to little Richard, I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from with the Bills, but I need to speak with you directly, not with the boss in mind here. Just you and I.
However you got it, just like Sunday Confession.
Now, the Bills, they're not going to be able to make the next payment if we don't start stocking our shelves here with their liquor. And as much as I would love to wipe that unholy looking abomination of a household off this side of the map, I'd rather not have to do that.
Money's must ride for some time. Oh shit. I've got real used to this fancy liquor. Know what I mean?
I do.
Tastes real good.
I wouldn't know.
Let's see what we can do to help them out. One thing protecting people, but something else entirely to let. Oh.
It's fair to say they were willing to let some holes go through me if we tried anything funny. And it's fair to say that all things considered, I think they're about ready to fill us full of more holes than some of Rosie Swiss cheese.
Do you think we need to do something about them, or you think we'll be able to work together, kind of alliance? So, I'm not gonna lie, the Benellis have been friends of ours for some time.
Well, you have to ask yourself, is a good drink at the end of the evening worth more than their alliance?
And little Bill on like a horse or something.
All things considered, you know, old Bill's set in his ways. That old bastard just won't seem to kick the bucket yet.
Yeah. On a tie to somehow. Don't let him think he dresses good. Let him let you think that he ain't on a tie to something. You know, he's been supplying liquor to all old states close up to a decade.
What you're trying to say is that they have the money. He's just not willing to part with it.
I've got a feeling they've got the money, but they don't have the cash flow. I've got a feeling they're seeing sales drop. Probably trying to hoard all that money for their own investment. Well, look. You got the money. Problem avoided for now. We'll deal with it next time.
All right. Well, now that the big thing's coming up, is there anything else for the evening? I mean, by all means, it's starting to get close to the night.
It's all preps in place. We've got enough horses. Got plenty of folks here to help us with the robbery. As far as we know, the police haven't got a sheriff. They ain't got a sniff of what's going on. We haven't seen hide nor hair of any kind of law around. And well, the train leaves just next Monday, 1 p.m. EST.
All right.
You'll be able to get on there and get away with Tide or something.
I believe that sounds mighty fine. And he'll put his hat back on his head that he left at the rack, and he'll go back towards where the others were.
During this time, Lives seeing that kind of there are the other people in there, and Cassidy as the boss guy kind of preoccupied, silent to him, and go, that badge might get you killed around here, so you want me to dispose of that for you? Good fella, don't want to get you killed unnecessarily.
As you mention it, like his hand just kind of subconsciously goes like to the top of his jacket. It's like hidden underneath, and he just kind of subconsciously fixes his coat. He says, "I appreciate it, but it's got sentimental value, you know. A past life."
I can relate.
What do you say to a rematch?
I never get you in the first place.
Oh.
Well, it's nothing compared to I mean,
And as you both are doing this, Rosie walks through the front door, goes and stands on top of the beer keg, and begins to sing to you. I don't know many songs, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And as she's doing this, she starts like slipping her robe off her shoulder. And I'll leave the rest to your imaginations. Do you have entertainment for the evening? And Cassidy, you can come in halfway through this performance.
Cassidy's gonna step through the door and immediately turn back around. He's staying outside.
Yeah, Jinx is gonna make like a shield or something with her hair to just kind of like not see it.
Haim's got blushies, and he's like, his hat's tilted in the perfect angle where you can't see anything.
Lives kind of watches and just, hey, the hell? It's as if in like a cartoon, there'd be the question marks like popping all over just there.
Outside,
the
Cassidy,
drink.
as you leave again, like dude bros are out there. And Dave, yeah, great entertainment, right? Can't believe we managed to find someone way out here.
You certainly did. Fantastic job, boys. You did something all right.
Yeah. Feels real good, you know. Yeah.
Guess he's gonna kind
Helping
of
the
just.
church, with beer. Like turning the devil's work. Lord's work, yeah. Yeah.
Cassidy's gonna kind of reach into his pocket. He's gonna take out these couple little silver crosses. If you've been anywhere and people would give out the tiny Bibles, it always have like these little like complimentary silver crosses, and he gives one to both of them. And you are officially honorary reverends of here, this town's church. I appreciate your patronage to his work.
All right. They like, dude, sweet dude. Like, they both pin them to their tank tops.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, look, it doesn't look like anyone else is coming along here. We need to go and get more beer so we can have more church parties.
Lots and lots of church parties.
Much do we?
And Nine Lives get very quickly drunk as hell again, and like in the same corner, pretty much same situation as he woke up in the morning.
Perfect.
Because he wants to forget that. No, my god.
Cassidy's, of course, having nothing, so.
Of course. As well. we know.
I feel like Jinx is at like a 3, 4, maybe
Not
compared
too
to last night.
enough of potential hangovers if we get more hangover rolls.
Mhm.
How about Hein?
Haim will kind of be a little more wary tonight. He'll probably keep an eye on Jinx and try to match her with his sort of stature and stamina. Probably not as drunk or tipsy.
Okay. I mean, hang on, we've got a couple of minutes to discover just how tipsy you both are. Why don't you both make con saves? Bold claims, Haim. Bold claims.
I'm just trying to get by.
Okay, and another drink, please. Constitution saves again.
Ooh.
I'm aiming for Jinx's level of drunkenness that they were going for to see how Haim fares with. Okay. Another drink, please.
Glug, glug, glug. Oh my god. Listen, it's delicious, okay?
Jinx, you're on a 3. The beer doesn't seem to be hitting you.
I am a ghost person, so
You want to go for one more and push for 4?
yes.
One more drink, please. So, at the end of the night, Nine Lives felt pleasantly drunk away. At the end of the night, Jinx is just about, they've got disadvantage on all kinds of checks. They've got a pleasant buzz in their head. Their words are slurring. Their coordination's waned a little bit. They're having a good time. Thank you.
My hair has its own life. I can't control my hair when I'm
Thank
drunk.
you.
So it just
Gaming for trade. Now, Haim, you also have poor balance. Your speed halves, and your as does your judgment. And I think at some point there'll be some sort of interaction with Rosie. How does this look like?
Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Charisma saving throw. All right. Haim is a gentleman.
Can I use my disadvantage on that charisma saving throw?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
don't even know what it's for, but I just want to do it. Okay.
Oh, he is a gentleman.
He is.
Oh, he is a gentleman. He has a lovely chat with Rosie. And he invites her to dinner. Hopefully she's wearing clothes during this conversation. But he's not looking.
I think there's tassels involved.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Haim wouldn't know. Nope, he's not looking.
Gentlemen, there we go. I think that beautiful note is where we'll end today's stream. Very much, everyone. This is absolute. Before we go round, let's get out our social link. And also, we need a raid cry. We need a raid cry. Last week we just went with Let's Evoke Emotions because I don't really think of raid cries that involve big dicks, and I don't really want to raid someone with big dick in the raid cry. But if we can think of anything a little more tamer, we'll go with it. Check out our social links. We've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Also check out our sponsors by Hero Forge, who make minis, which you might have seen on our break. Also check out Mage Press, who made this wonderful expansion for 5e, which allows Wild West play. They also have space and pirate things as well. And also check out the Deck of Many. Make Deck of Many things. Moving cards, Deck of Animated. Zen Horse says Namaste Nay. Oh my goodness, I think that might be it. That's. Oh, I hate it, but I love it.
It goes to DS Sword.
Yeah, it's a shout out to Sword. Oh. Thank you and damn it, Eric. So there it is. There's your raid cry. Copy and paste it. We are gonna go on a raid. Let's go round and say hello to everyone. Let's go the other way around this time and start with Cammy.
Hi, I'm Cammy. You can find me on Twitter at my name. I also do art sometimes and have a Redbubble where you can buy notebooks like this one that my mom got me for Christmas from my Redbubble store. Yeah, come by, check it out. It's me.
Fantastic. Let's head next around to Vay D&D.
As he said, I am Vay_DND. Normally you can find me about everywhere. I'm a zoologist for a living, currently making enrichment objects for Animals in Zoo. That's all D&D themed. I recently just got done making a D20 kind of like puzzle box with a treat inside for orangutans and whatnot. And there's some pictures I'll be posting to my Twitter soon about that. And besides that, that's nothing much else I can think to say.
Next around, Philip, you okay?
I gotta follow that. Damn. Well, I'm because Rafa on Twitter. You can follow me on there. If you want to see more of what I'm in a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. If you don't know, I'm familiar with Vampire the Masquerade. Please be warned, it is a horror game, so there is that, which is on around the same time as this is, Monday evenings. And our second season starts next week, which is why I'm free for this. It's amazing. Oh my god! But yeah, you can find me on there, and you can also find me this coming Friday on the Capricorn Cross channel for the end of the story, which has been it's been multiple stories got to come into one big story. It's amazing. But yeah, that's where you can find me at the moment.
Fantastic. I've been over Cap's channel playing the Chronicles of Hardest back in the way. Back in the day. I remember my damn character's name now. Bardak or something. Bardon. I remember. Hey Stella, how you doing?
Hello. I am Stella Luna. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do things of the artsy fartsy variety and also various types of TTRPGs over at my channel. We do things that are kind of quirky. We do like Dungeons and Doggies, Pokemon D&D. We do recently we started playing Symbaroum, which is a dark fantasy gothic kind of spooky TTRPG. It's Swedish. So it's really interesting because the manual was translated into English from Swedish, and there's a lot of really bad translations, and it's amazing and really fun. So I definitely recommend checking that out. But yeah, otherwise I will be here next week, 1 p.m. Monday Eastern.
Fantastic. And thank you so much, everyone. Our raid cry is going to be Zenhorse says Namast Nay. And believe it or not, we're taking this over to Mark Humes. That's where we're going with this raid cry. So spam it. Let them know that we are pun ridiculous people. And until next time, everyone, see you later.